Hey, Charts Today comes to you from Sydney. Hardly needs any introduction, really. This iconic skyline. I'm here seeing clients and speaking to the Australian Professional Technical Analysts Association. And we're going to look at the top Australian stocks. I'm going to do a scan for you, and let's get right down to it and have a look right now. Okay, so I'm back in my hotel room in Sydney, and basically I'm scanning the All Ordinaries Index in Australia. This list is some 486 stocks long, and I want to find the stocks that have got targets with more than 10% upside. For this, I'm actually using a data service called Norgate Data, which is an Australian end-of-day data service, a brilliant data service actually. And so I've used that to scan the All Ordinaries. It's quite difficult to get the full lists, and Norgate has great lists of all US and Australian stocks. So it's really good for scanning large universes. And so I've run the scan, and in fact, we can have a look at the scan. It's basically, I'm just scanning for targets with the most upside. So if I look at the scanning, I just literally go to that scan. The one I'm using is where the price targets have got more than 10% upside. So it's just literally this scan here. If you want to know more about the scan, just ask the help desk and they'll explain it to you. But this is a scan of the Aussie stocks, and scanning those stocks, it takes just about 1 or 2 minutes to scan it. And it's come up with 48 stocks in the All Ordinaries of about 480 stocks with more than 10% upside. So 1 in 10 Australian stocks has more than 10% upside. And of course, you could do this for bigger upsides, and I've ranked them. So these are the ones with the biggest upside at the top, and we go all the way down, and the ones that are just scraped in at just over 10%. So these are the stocks that have got more than 10% upside. And then what I want to do is look at the charts. So it's just a simple case of just scrolling the charts. Now, not every chart, now these are the thrust targets, not every chart will have exactly what you're looking for, which is why you need to eyeball the charts. So here we've got a mix of an upside and a downside target. If we just keep running through the list, and no big surprise that sometimes the biggest upside targets are the most improbable ones. So here again, we had a really good train track. We fell away, had a new little mini upside target. Are we going to get to this target that was given a long time ago? We can probably find better examples. So we're literally just running through the targets here and looking for those targets with the best upside. Now there's one with the downside. This one's looking quite good. Genesis Minerals got good train tracks. We do have this downside target, but we are above the cloud on the Ichimoku. So this one is one of the best looking ones. And in my presentation to the Australian Professional Technical Analysts, I've cherry picked out the top 10 stocks. And this is the process. Here we see an orange target. That's one that's not been activated yet. We move above that level. We activate that target. Got quite nice train tracks. Notice how the downside targets were given and met. Now we're into new upside targets. So this is really how you scan for those targets. Here's another very good one. Hella Group, a little downside target at the moment, but the track is very much still, and we're above the cloud. So that's going to be interesting to watch that play out. Another one here. This one, look at this. This is Red 5 Limited, train tracks, all these thrust targets producing these upside targets. And this is really what you want to be looking for, is these upside targets. And we can just run through the list. So that's how you do it. And remembering that you can still do this manually on any stock. So you could literally go and just grab any one of these Australian stocks. Let's just take one here, AGL Energy, for example. I can go and grab that one there, just hit the T key, and it's going to put all the trends and targets on for you. So notice how these downside targets were met. Now it's the upside targets, a little mini downside target there, just watching the cloud. And of course, you can do this on different time frames. You can do it on a weekly, on the daily, on the 60-minute. And that's what we do when we look at charts today. So the new charts today, here's the NASDAQ, for example. This is my daily and my 60-minute, and I'm looking at how those match up. And then I can look at the long-term weekly cloud as well. So that's really quite key there. So just looking at some of the charts and charts today, we've got gold. That gave an upside target last week. That's been met. We've pushed higher. We've got a new downside target, not yet activated and not very big. So we are seeing gold recovering just above the cloud there at the moment. Looking at the US dollar, that's looking quite interesting as well. Waiting for an upside target to be activated here as well. And as we're in Oz, looking at sterling Aussie, this is looking pretty strong as well. And if we look at the Australian market, just closed now today, again, we've got these downside targets for the market there, a little mini upside target, but the downside on the 60-minute is dominant at the moment. So that's how you use the targets, and that's how you scan for them to find the top stocks. And of course, you can run it on any universe at all. You want to be finding those top stocks, and of course you can hit the T key on any of your charts to see whether you've got upside targets or downside targets. You want to be in stocks that have got upside targets, not downside ones. That's it for today from Sydney. Until tomorrow, happy charting. See you then.